And I just wanted to share with you, these are some oud samples that I have, and I have to say that I love them all. Now, it's really interesting because I've been wanting to buy a decent amount of oud for 2 or 3 years now. And I got sent some samples from overseas, and I just thought, oh my God, what's the big deal about these? I didn't find them pleasant at all. And there was only one that I really thought, yeah, I can handle this. And I ended up making a signature perfume for myself, and I really love it. And it's got a lot of jasmine in it. And then so when I got these, I was really, really excited because they're so delicious and rich, and they're all very different. And I do have to put my glasses on to share about them with you. And they keep dropping off their little thing, but it's all right. They've all got their own labels. And I'm really, really excited to be buying in bulk, but my issue now is being the Libran that I am. Oops, sorry, didn't have my thing lined up. Being the Libran that I am, I don't know how I'm going to be able to decide, because this is one of the, if not the, or alongside ambergris, the most expensive essential oil you can buy. I think ambergris might top it just by a little bit. So now this is an oil that is very, very well respected in the Middle East. It is actually a part of their culture. And I'll just take this off while I'm talking, because the reflection annoys me. So, oh man, I'm just excited, but I know it's going to be a painstakingly hard decision to try and decide which one or two to buy, because honestly, you know, they are really, really expensive. So yeah, so what do I feel from oud? There's such a rich history with oud, and the culture, and how much it's honored in the Middle East. And for me, what I personally get from it is richness and abundance and luxury and uniqueness. Really, like it's like top of the range. And honestly, I couldn't say that before with the other samples that I received. I just was really struggling as to why it was just so popular and treated with such sovereignty. So I just thought not to overload my factory, and I'll see how I go, but I just thought I'd choose 3 and see how my nose is going, and share a little bit about them. So the first one is called Sweet Herbal Spice. Okay, now these samples came from Agarwood. I will just show you. In Australia, and here you go. I'm really happy with them. I just can't believe. And I have heard people say, "Oh, oud's not so great," or also known as Agarwood. And I'm thinking, oh, do I really need to have it in my collection? And I've been really like obsessive about wanting to create an Agarwood range of perfumery, or oud range of perfumery. I mean, I just love the word oud, you know. It's just, I don't know, I find it a bit sexy, but it's also, like I said, the word that comes to me that keeps popping in is rich. And Wealth, yes, it is a very much abundance, but it's that richness of life and culture, and there's so much depth to it, you know. It's like ancient, and that really excites me. Hi, Emma. Your beautiful backdrop that you did for me, or I should say my beautiful backdrop, Emma. It's stunning. I love it. So let me take the lid off. And these little sample bottles, the lids aren't always easy to... oud means old, but also traditional. Well, that probably is the same for in the Middle East. I mean, they call the instruments that they use ouds, and thank you. And it's the wood that's used. So this is the herbal spicy, and I know there's a couple that I prefer over. Otherwise, this one actually is not my favorite. And I'm just going to let that sit and dry down for a moment. It's very much a masculine, and almost has a vetiver tone without the smokiness, if that makes sense to you. And of course somebody else could smell it and it could be completely different. And it's softening, and it actually reminds me of the one that I used in my own perfume. However, that wasn't given a name, it was just given a number. Okay, so that's the spicy, the sweet herbal spice, Agarwood. Now I'm going to open, and I have opened these, the Misty Forest. Oops, where am I? God, gotta get used to this camera. Of course. The Misty Forest. You know, perfumery is so much like winemaking, Emma. It's really interesting. And I've often said that to people, you know. There's some of the processes and how they work with them is very similar. See, I like this one, and actually, you know what? I get where the name comes from. The Misty Forest. It's getting better just that quickly. Yeah. Oh my God, it's very fresh, but still got that damp woodiness, and it's actually taking me on a journey of walking through the forest, which is one thing that I absolutely love to do. You know how you have the dampness of the leaves and the wood, and after it's rained, and the mosses. It's quite... Oh, see, I really like this one now. It's drying down. It's softened. Ooh. It's really yummy. Beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? I'm a bit funny. Like, I don't like putting them onto the perfume strips, because to me they smell different, because I've got such a sensitive and highly calibrated sense of smell. So I love putting them on my skin. And of course, actually I'm preferring this one now, the first one, as it's working in with my chemistry, because you really get to experience them. I must look ridiculous, but this one's starting to smell a bit sweeter now. And I was going to say higher, but not a note, if I could say like etherically higher. Like this one's like the top of the tree, and this one's like the bottom. Okay. What one am I going to choose now? I think I'm going to go for the Floral Super because I want to go for one quite different. And these are actually used on their own as a perfume, just because, as I said, in the Middle East and other countries, but I have done more research in the Middle East about this, but I don't know, they're still a little bit masculine for me to wear on an animalic, you know, like that musky animalic aroma. So let's see, and I think I'm only going to do 3 tonight because these are really potent. Okay. Just put that there. Oh God, I love playing with scents. That's not quite how I remembered it when I first smelt it. Okay, that's got a really warm tone, and that is called Floral Superior. It's very dark and rich in colour. In fact, all of these ones are. There's a slight difference. This one's more like a dark amber. Yeah. And that one's kind of more what am I doing? Medium amber. Let's see how this one. This one, to me, has got a very leathery aroma. A higher pitch. So more top notes. Or it's just got a, you know, sometimes it's sharper. You know, sometimes speaking of wine, you can have a white wine and some of them are really, for me, they can have a really light, sharp flavour. That's what this is like, with a very leathery aroma. Oh my gosh, and I've come back to the original one, which was the light up one. Oh God, now I'm dropping them all. Just a moment. The sweet herbal, and I'm loving it. It's almost, you know what? I feel I'm smelling a bit of licorice. And this one, the Misty Forest, I am now smelling a camphory, like a sweet camphory aroma. I'm loving this. To do any more, should I? I'll leave it. Oh God, it's so tempting to do them all, but oh, interesting. The Floral Superior is my least favorite at the moment, but I might come back onto this. Yeah, actually, smells a bit like some castrium oil I've got. I'm really loving that sweet herbal. And the Misty Forest, yeah, it's cool. It's nice, but it definitely the sweet herbal. So there you go. How's that? Sitting watching me smell my wrists and arm. I'm going to go through these just quickly. So for the sweet herbal, I feel that a bit of spice could be added to that, and it probably could be to all of them. It's just got a really balanced aroma, and I could imagine this with some beautiful florals, tuberose, carnation. I think they're the ones I'm going to experiment with it. Of course, jasmine, rose. And something, you know, as a base with it I think I would go with, if I chose to use a base oil with it, sandalwood, but I don't know if I even would. Oh, lots of fun to play with. The Misty Forest. Wow, that's really kind of, it's got a camphory mint smell. And for me, I would want to bring that down. Actually, almost smells pharmaceutical. And I don't mean synthetic. What I mean is like medicinal. Dentist. So probably, you know, some spices, and what just popped in was clove. So cloves, black pepper, cinnamon. And definitely some more base, because it's really got that that higher level. You know, if you're experienced with lavender, you know, you've got Alpine lavender, the Tasmanian lavender, the French lavender, just to name three, and then you've got lavandin, which is, you know, you crossbreeds, but it's like Alpine lavender, you know, where I think of it as more ethereal, like the ethers, the energy of it. So for me, I'd want to bring it down with a bit of floral, maybe a heavy floral. Okay, now let's go back to this Floral Superior, which I have to say, because I'm a floral girl, I thought I'd really love this. But I ain't taken my fancy. It's just got that, I'm trying to think of the word and I can't think of the word. However, it could be just somebody else, you know, we're very unique in our own smell, and how I perceive a smell, you may perceive it very, very differently. But I think I would want to put some sweet floral, tannin was the word that was coming to me. So some sweeter florals, and maybe again a patchouli or a sandalwood, definitely. And I think I would want to lift it with some cinnamon as well, orange. So there you go. I'll be back tomorrow night to play with the other three and see what comes up. Definitely the first one. Okay. Thanks for being here. And yeah, I would, again, as I say, if you have any questions or want to share, if you've had experiences with oud or agarwood, same thing, I'd love to hear them. So yeah, join in on the convo, comment below. Lots of love to you. May you always be in scented bliss.